I did want to quickly talk about, because I don't know how
Yeah,
much
go
time we
ahead.
have left in this segment, but another thing that I think is getting overlooked right now is because of all the stuff that's happening, Ontario decided to sneakily pass a new law,
Mm-hmm.
which makes intoxication an excuse for sexual assaults in the court of law.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, I'll use myself as an example. If I was talking to this guy and he was really drunk and he decided he wanted to rape me, he
Mm-hmm.
could rape me and get away with it because they're gonna say he wasn't in the state of mind, and he'll get away with it. And they used an example of someone who took like schizophrenic meds and they killed their mother or something, but because he wasn't in the state of mind, therefore it was excusable, which is really fucked up because now guys are just gonna forget getting girls drunk to have sex with them. Guys are just gonna get drunk themselves and have sex with them,
Mm-hmm.
which is fucked up. So I signed a petition to reverse that as well. And before anyone gets at me, yes, I've been signing all the other petitions as well. Just had to put that out there. But yeah, so if you guys haven't signed that petition, I definitely recommend you do because
Yeah.
that's really messed up.
So I like Nina's take on it. Although that's this is the woman's perspective. So you got the woman's perspective.
Mm-hmm,
You're gonna hear my perspective as a man,
mm-hmm,
and I would like to say as someone that's very objective. When I read the article that you posted on
page
the
share
on the
page.
page, I looked at it in a grander scheme, right? I saw it and I was like, okay, so the way that they worded it was they have to be in a state of extreme intoxication into where they're not doing anything voluntary, right?
Yeah.
So when people, and I remember taking this my first year in high school, not my first year in university at York University. Hey man, I took a class called Sex, Gender, and Society, right? And my TA was a feminist, a hard-headed feminist, a very vicious woman. Uh,
Okay.
a very vicious woman. And I remember I had raised this question back when she brought this up. And she was like, men will drink to have sex with other women or something along the lines. And I had question is like, uh, how is when a man is intoxicated, now he's able to make conscious decisions to lead to raping other women? How is that possible, right? How and she was like, you know what? When guys get drunk, they know what they're doing. So those type of that saying that and then having something else they kind of cancel each other out because they're not mutually exclusive, right? Me
Mm-hmm.
being drunk as a man doesn't necessarily mean I'm now more uh in control of my inhibitions, and
That's
you
true.
as a woman being drunk are less in control as your inhibition. Those two things don't correlate to me
Mm-hmm.
as a man. And I'm not trying to justify actions, right? I'm trying to say if I am drunk, right, to a point where I'm not able to make conscious or any type of actions that I would do soberly,
Mm-hmm.
why would I be penalized as if that was the plan to get myself drunk and then act in a way of a complete like disgust? That means I was not into a point of intoxication to do anything. I was probably lightly drinking, even I was probably pretending to drink, you know.
I get what you're
And this,
saying.
but,
Sorry, continue.
but my thing is this. Okay, this seems like something that all right. I see what the course is doing. I remember taking this one law class. The course is very black and white. They try not to have any gray room,
Mm-hmm.
right? And this is something that's going to be clearly black and white. But I feel like when someone does this, it has to be now. When we pass something like this, now we have to look at again. We have to look at again at drunk driving, right? How do you know this person was in the right mind to even get the keys and get inside that vehicle and drive? Why are
Mm-hmm.
they being held accountable for their misactions? You know what I
No,
mean?
that's definitely true. I do see your at first when you started talking, I was like, oh God, please shut up. But I do I do
Come on.
no, I do understand what you're saying. It is true that when a guy gets drunk, it's like the narrative is that he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And when he's committing like something that's wrong, he knows what he's doing and the girl has no idea what's going on if she was drunk. I do understand. I do agree with that's the narrative. But um I just think what will happen now, the fact that this law has passed,
Yeah.
people who are sober and do want to do these sexual assaults and rape girls and whatever it is are
Mhm.
going to use this as an excuse now to get that fucked up and do it. And I think that's where it becomes problematic, is like,
Yeah.
like the other thing I wanted to say quickly was also, when guys drink, they get very, very strong. Like, I don't know what it does, but it does something where it's like you have next level strength. And so like, you might not intend to rape someone, but like you also have next level strength that will literally like could hold someone down, like you literally can't get out of it, like as a girl, like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that is one of the side effects, like, of men being that drunk, and then them just getting away with it just kind of makes it like, well, what the fuck, like, I don't know. But mind you, I don't think a guy who gets that fucked up is going to be able to rape somebody, because when I think of somebody getting that fucked up, I think of someone like myself getting blackout drunk, passed out,
Yeah.
going to sleep. But now I think that these men are going to use it as an excuse. The ones who think about doing this on a
Yeah.
daily basis, and sexual predators are going to
Yeah.
choose this as an excuse to get drunk and do it.
And
So
also,
yeah,
not only women are
at
vulnerable
risk.
now.
Yeah,
Well, we have children and other men.
yeah,
You
that's
know what I
true.
mean?
That's
Because
true.
I feel like I see how they're framing it in terms of, I mean, I guess this is the best way to frame it to kind of get people to go behind it. But they're
Mm-hmm.
framing it as the men, the predators when they're drunk, and then the women as the victims. But I look at it as equilaterally, in terms of, like, if a drunk man is strong enough and he's intoxicated enough, he not only can he harm women, but he can harm children, and he can harm other men such that may not be strong enough to defend themselves, right?
And animals.
And animals as well. So,
Bestiality is legal in Canada, which is
like, you can fuck with them, like you can fuck
disgusting.
animals here.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I did not know that.